Hello, and welcome to Season 2 of our mental health series here at Living Waters. We're so thankful that you are watching this whenever and wherever you are joining us. Tonight, we are very excited to have a new ministry partner for the series. A good way to start off the new season. From the break, we have President Brenda, who will be talking about the importance of community and connection, especially in the teen population, for mental health. We picked up the theme that we ended Season 1 on last year, and we can start Season 2 with that as well. So you'll hear from Brenda about the importance of the work and the mission they have at the break, and we're very thankful that they're able to join us. Without further ado, I'm going to turn it over to Brenda herself.
Hi, my name is Brenda Napholz, and I'm the president and the founder of The Break. I say I'm the founder of The Break, but actually the co-founders were a group of teenagers, sophomores to be specific, from Crystal Lake South High School. They had a vision of what they wanted to see in the community as a safe place for them to hang out. And I'm going to share a presentation with you to hopefully tell you a little bit about how that's evolved, where we're at, and why we think we're so important. So thank you in advance for taking the time to listen to our story about The Break. 1 second, and I will share the screen. So The Break Teen Center, again, was founded by a group of teenagers. What happened basically was my youngest son was a sophomore at Crystal Lake South High School. And as I was picking him up from school, his friends would pile into the car. And while they were piling into the car, I'd ask them how their day was. We would start talking, and little by little, they started telling me what they wanted to see in the community as a place for them to hang out. This particular group of kids wasn't exactly involved in sports or some of the traditional avenues that you would expect in high school for kids, sports, band, some of the clubs. However, they were all very talented. They had a lot of great ideas. And they, again, shared with me where they wanted to hang out. I should tell you that at that time, when I was picking up my youngest son from school, was also dealing with substance use disorder in my family. My oldest son and my second son were experiencing substance use disorder, and my family was trying to navigate how to work through that. And let me tell you, that's a pretty tough process, especially at that time. That was 11 years ago, where there really wasn't a lot. People weren't talking about it. We felt very isolated. And we were just looking for ways to obviously navigate our own world, but also find out how we could, help other people once they started to go through this. So when these kids started talking to us and telling us what they wanted to see, we knew we had to act, and we knew we had to make sure that we were giving them voice. So the vision of The Break is that it is the leader in the county and the state, helping the next generation acquire the tools to grow through adolescence, thrive into adulthood, and become leaders in the community. Our mission is to provide adolescents and young adults a safe, stimulating environment for connecting, having fun, and finding acceptance among peers and adults in the community. Those are our official vision and missions. But truthfully, the mission is to provide a safe place so that the kids can grow, form relationship, form community, so that we can achieve these goals that we've listed on the screen. We are a membership program. A full membership is $10 a month. There's some discounts as you go in, for 3 months or for the year. To be very truthful, there are many times that kids or parents aren't able to afford that. So we waive that fee. Sometimes we're able to make up for that by some generous donors in the community who will sponsor one of our youth to be a member of The Break at $99 a year. We never, ever turn kids away for financial reasons. We always make it work. And again, the $10 a month was created by the youth so that they basically had buy-in for the teen center, and that understanding that the space that they were able to enjoy came with it a price tag. We have fun recreational programs, educational programs, computers, gaming, music room, Zen room, art room. All of this was developed by the kids. I'm going to show you a video at the end of this presentation to let you know what it looks like and just how cool it is. I joke all of the time that as the kids and I were trying to figure out how we were going to put it together, decorate, what have you, my idea was probably something that you would see at Aroma Cafe in Crystal Lake. But the kids had a very different idea, and we are always member driven, parent and community supported. So they definitely got their way, including having markers and pens inside the bathroom where they are able to write on the walls and express their creativity there. Hopefully when you see the video, you'll also see that there's a lot of creativity and a lot of expression at the break. So that's our membership. Now there's a circle of support that goes around that. And this has evolved over the years, but right now in our staff model, which we're going to talk about that, how we've evolved to a staff model, but our circle of support is a trauma-informed leadership. QPR is question, persuade, refer, suicide prevention training. Power of community is so strong within our center. The kids volunteer at events. We have members who are alumni of the break come back and volunteer. The members actively see how the community comes together to support at fundraising events. And it's just a really cool sense of community and it's cool to watch the kids really just feel the effects of that powerful community. Resources connection is something that we've evolved to, because as we've navigated through the last 10 years of having a teen center, our resource connection in our very resource rich county is essential for us. Once we form those relationships, we can do those warm handoffs to resources in our county when needed. On-site partnerships, what that means to us is that we have organizations such as the McHenry County Workforce or Turning Point, which is a domestic violence agency, come in, and they come in and they'll sometimes provide educational opportunities, but what they really do is they hang out with the kids, they form relationships with them and meet them where they're at. And if something comes up, they are able to then have those conversations and to do any sort of resource referrals if they need counseling or extra help filling out FAFSA, GED papers, college entrance papers, things like that. We can bring that support in. Harm reduction is something that we are very proactive on. We have naloxone, we have fentanyl strips, we have condoms available. And that is not necessarily for our youth if they are risk-taking, but many times we will find that families need resources as well. Secondary prevention strategies and family support. So this break contract, as you can see, this is the main area in the break, and this break contract is created by members for members. There are 8 rules on here, and over the last 10 years, many people keep coming to me asking me to elaborate on these rules. But really, when anything comes up, we can go to these 8 rules and we can find that it fits somewhere within there. We have not wavered from this. We keep strong boundaries and maintain that level of respect that the kids basically ask for. The increase of youth mental health challenges practically doubled between 2009 and 2019. That's the latest statistic that we have, and that's the 2020 Surgeon General report. We know that that number actually has increased, especially since COVID, and positive spaces and community areas that our youth can be a part of has been proven to be an effective strategy and an antidote to fighting this absolute epidemic for our youth. Positive youth development is something we've always done at the break. However, now there's a word to it, PYD specifically, and our positive youth development is basically just an intentional pro-social approach that engages youth within their communities. Again, everything that we've been doing, but it puts a little bit more evidence-based practice around it and helps us to continue to develop our processes to help keep the kids safe, help provide a positive environment for them, and again, meet them where they're at and their families are at when needs come up. This is how we've evolved. We were, again, member created, Grassroots. I've explained to you that it was me and a group of kids from high school. We were 100% volunteer run. From 2013 to 2016, we hired one employee in 2016, and then we're supported with our working board and an incredible group of volunteers. All of our financial support came through the community at that time, especially early on in our not-for-profit status. We were not eligible, or the project-based grants were beyond the scope that we could provide support to. So everything came from an incredibly generous community. What we've evolved to is we now have a payroll model that is still with volunteer support. We have actually five paid employees right now, 2 full-time employees and 3 part-time employees that help us with keeping the kids safe, help us with marketing, help us with actually all kinds of things. Community collaboration. We now have a 9-member board. And again, evidence-based practices are used, and we are grant and community funded. So prevention strategies and needs addressed. Again, we now, through the mental health board funding, are able to fund a full-time prevention specialist. And what she does is she works alongside with our building and member engagement manager and the other staff to meet the needs of the kids and to address anything that would come up, and through her lens, connect them with the best possible resource, as well as drive programming that we can bring in to the break. Programming anywhere from recreational programming to educational programming, harm reduction programming and strategies. And I've touched already a little bit on the different collaborations that we have, but I do want to note that the Church of the Holy Apostles has been incredible to us as far as helping us with some food insecurity that we have learned is happening with our youth and with their families. So we are able to provide meals at the break through the church. Local businesses help with that, and we actually will do our best to make sure that families who need meals or food to prepare at home, we can have food delivered to the break and then get that to the families. We now have a county-wide initiative. It's called the Youth Empower Alliance, for short. And NAMI, Samaritan Counseling, Big Brothers Big Sisters, YFC, and the Break are the founding collaborators on this countywide initiatives. And we now have 30 youth serving organizations to be a part of this alliance. There are many ways to get involved, but what I really want to point out for this presentation is that this collaboration and this countywide initiative is 100% driven by the youth and the need of our voices. We have a youth committee that meets with us and tells us what they want to see in the community and the things that we're missing and how to interact with them so that they're listening and they're gaining everything that we've been trying to help them gain access to. There's so many different types of opportunities for kids right now that it actually becomes overwhelming to a point for them. So they're using their voice to tell us how we can better serve them. Some testimonials I thought I would share with all of you. This place allowed me to express myself and actively engage in the community under my own will, with mutual respect for peers, volunteers, and managers. The break helped me get a job. Being a member of the break has taught me a lot, and I wouldn't be the person I am today without this place, much less be here. We never have any food at home. That's why I eat dinner at the break. As a member of the break, it gave me new friends and a place to feel like I belong. As a member of the break, it gave me a place to go outside my home. I love the break because there is a Discord where the manager can message us resources. And some of these resources are financial help, health insurance, activities. This place makes me feel at home. And the break helped me realize what I want to do for the rest of my life. These are taken directly from the kids. They have written to us. We still get a lot of different testimonials from the kids that have graduated. They're still sending them in, letting us know how much they've appreciated to have a place where they may have felt out of place in some traditional settings, but this became a home to them and helped them take those next steps and develop into the next phases of their lives. Our break values are creativity, inspiration, integrity, history, our future, and inclusion. Again, all driven and fleshed out by our youth. Marketing and communications. And let me share a video with you to let you know, to give you just an inside peek of the facility. So that's the break in a nutshell. I hope this gave you a little bit of insight as to what we are, who we are, and why we're so important. I invite anybody who's watching this presentation to please come down to the break, check us out, 6292 Northwest Highway in Crystal Lake. Check out our website, www.clbreak.com. Find out the activities, get, again, that inside peek of what we're doing. But most importantly, no matter what, if you come across some youth in your community, take an extra minute, talk to them, listen to them, actually hear them, maybe avoid some of the traditional questions, even about school and work, and just really lean into their world and find out what they're interested in. I think you'll be surprised. Some of it may be what you expect, a lot of video games, and some of it might be a lot of depth. And let's face it, they're leading us through the next generation. Take care, and thank you again.
Thank you, Brenda, for that wonderful presentation and being willing to kick us off in this new season of the mental health series here at Living Waters Lutheran Church. We give thanks for the amazing connections you all are forming in our community, the community that you're building at the break, and dare I say, the ministry that you're carrying out full of grace. We're happy to support you here at Living Waters Lutheran Church. Thank you for you and everyone at the break for the work you do, and sharing with us the importance of community with mental health. For those who are continuing on with us in the series, next month, as always, we aim to have a presentation every second Monday of the month, which would be November 14th. We'll have Leonetta Rizzi, the executive director of the McHenry County Mental Health Board. You may recall she did a presentation with us last year. She's back. We're very excited to check in with our friends on the Mental Health Board, see what's going on. And we do have speakers planned through March already. Season 2 is just on fire, through the roof here. So please, let us know how you like the new format. Any other changes? We listened to your feedback about the screen. We want to make sure that this is a series that you would like. Also, we're trying to figure out how to make it into a podcast. If there is interest, please let us know. We'd love to get that running up and running as well. So, as always, I'd like to close us in a brief prayer. Let us pray. Holy God, we give you thanks for the break, for everything that they do to help teens and youth with their mental health and so much more. We give you thanks for the safe space they provide. Please help us to support them in their mission. We give thanks for all communities that are safe and full of grace, that provide for the youth in our community. Allow this series to be a beacon for mental health, for new life, and all the grace that you would have us share. In your holy name we pray. Amen.